And I'm going to pull down a little bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of cadmium yellow. So I've got cad yellow, yellow ochre, and I'm just going to use the very corner, the very tip of here to apply colour. So I'm going to come up to here and I'm just literally just going to touch. But where the branches end is where I'm putting colour, and I am doing clumps of colour. I'm not just doing this at random, even though it may look like I'm doing it at random. Then I'm going to go back into the colour. I'm going to tap straight down and I'm just going to use the very corners to do a few little clusters of colour. Okay, so I'm just getting a few clusters of colour. Then I'm going to come down here, go back into the colour, and I'm going to do a little bit down here. Now I'm not getting rid of my darks, okay, I don't want to get rid of the darks. Okay. Now also when you're applying these highlights, you need to go over the actual tree and branch itself, so it's nice to put a little bit of colour over the branch itself so it adds more realism. Okay, so I'm going to go back into colour here. There's a little bit of colour I'm going to put over here. Again, I'm just using the very tip because I just want little clumps of colour going on now. I don't want too much, otherwise it will spoil it. Okay, so just a little bit, might add a little bit down in here, across, and go back into my colour, and down there. Now, as I come down to this area here, I'm going to still tap sideways, but I'm actually going to add a little bit of sap green as well. So I'm going to get some sap green. So now I've got sap green, I've got yellow, and I've got yellow ochre, and I'm just literally just tapping like that into it. So I've got sort of a nice sort of green colour. I'm going to come down here and same, I'm just going to literally this time use the whole width of the brush, and I'm just literally going to touch like so, just to get some colour at the base of these trees. Okay, and again I'm purposely keeping this dark. Okay, I'm purposely keeping this dark. I'm just putting some colour down on top of our dark. Yeah, but I just want this nice and sort of dark at the moment. Okay, because I'm going to add some more colour in there in a minute. A little bit of land. Okay, so I'm going to start adding a little bit of foliage onto these and doing the same way, but I'm going to vary the colour. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm just going to wipe the brush. Now if you find you have trouble making it stick, you can add a very, very small amount of liquid white, or you can always use a little bit thinner, but you need to be very careful. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tap into a little bit of liquid white, and then I'm going to go into my cadmium yellow. I'm just literally tapping. Okay, so it's liquid white and cadmium yellow, and I'm just going to put a few highlights on these, and again I'm just going to use the very, very corner. So I'm just literally just touching here, create a little cluster of colour at the ends of where on my branches end. Okay, and then I'm going to change the colour. So I'm now going to go into some green, pull some green down, just tap into this green, I'm going to turn the brush over, tap one side and tap the other side, and then I'm going to come down to this one and I'm going to start adding a few little clumps of green colour. And again, I'm moving the angle of the brush as I do it, so I'm tapping this side and I'll tap round that way, sort of like a circular movement here. So it's similar colour, but it is slight difference, okay? And then up here I'm going to go into some yellow ochre. I'm pull down some yellow ochre. So I'm going to tap into yellow ochre. And now I'm just going to touch this one. And it's just creating these beautiful, lovely effects. I'll do a few in there for this one. Okay, so that's nice, I like that. Just nice little bit of colour. Just, yeah. Put a little bit of colour on that one. So nice colour, put a bit more there. I like that. So this stands out now against that. It stands out nice, I like that. So that's that one done. And again, now this one I'm going to do slightly different with the colour. Is we're actually going to put in a whole dark colour. So basically what I mean by that is I'm going to go into some more green, mainly green. I'm going to put it one way. I'm going to put it another way. I'm using the whole width of the brush now, and I'm literally just going to tap across like this and tap this side. So I'm tapping over this way and this way. And then here. So basically they are the bigger clumps than what we've got there. That's what I'm looking for. Bigger clumps, like the colour's more the whole thing. I'm leaving gaps. I always leave gaps because you've got to leave gaps. I'm turning my brush one way and the other way. But you need to leave gaps. I'm going over like this dark. I'll come down a little bit more down here. Like so. So it's more as if it's a very thick mass of colour. These are very light and this is sort of dark thick mass on there. Down here, okay, I'm going to, similar to this, is that all we do is just, with the same colour, I'm going to go into some cadmium yellow and I'm just literally going to tap down. And I'm just literally going to touch, like so, the canvas, and it creates just little sort of stipply effect. And then when I come here, I'm just going to tap very lightly down just over the base of these. I leave the dark in there because the dark gives it the depth. Okay, maybe just a little bit. That's fine. So you need the light and dark. So when you put the colour on, don't keep going over it because you'll lose the dark and the sense of depth. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, I'm just going to have a sip of tea. You can't beat a nice sip of tea and have a break, can we? So, cheers everybody. Okay, now with my knife. With the knife, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scratch down just a few of these here and there. And a few up in here. Again, this just adds a little bit of interest, and it looks like there's more foliage and bits and pieces going on than there really is. So just a few little lines here and there. Just add a bit more interest, and people can't work out how you've done that. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some earth down here, some more land. So into some Van Dyke brown, I spread it out flat on my knife. I'm going to pull a load, and then I'm literally just going to come across like this. I'm going to fill all this in. pull this down a bit more. So get some more Van Eyck brown. I'm literally just gonna bring this right down here. Okay, so it's on quite thick. It's on quite thick, the brown. Just pull it across. Now I'm going to get my 2-inch brush. I'm just going to wipe it in a tissue again, just to get rid of most of that sort of greeny colour that we had. Doesn't matter if we get a little bit of the green colour in there, but we're going to do the reflection now, so I just try to use hardly any thinner as possible. So I'm going to come up to here holding the bristles quite straight, and I'm just literally going to again pull down a little bit of this dark, just a little bit of dark there, just pull this down, wipe my brush, and I'm just going to very lightly go back over that, very lightly go back over that, put it down again. There we are, nice like that. Now I'm going to use my knife again. I'm going to wipe my knife, get rid of that colour, and I'm going to go back and create another waterline. And again, we're going to use titanium white, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of liquid white. Mix it all together. Get a nice roll of paint on the knife, and I'm just going to come round in between the reflection on here. So I'm going to take it from there where we were before. I'm just going to literally take this around like this and just go across like that. Now I'm going to straighten this out. I'm going to put colour on top of these, so we're going to lose some of this, but this just creates this lovely effect of this waterline and the reflection below the waterline, which I'm looking for. So we're now going to go back to our fan brush, a little fan brush or a bigger fan brush if you've got one, and I'm just going to get some green, sap green, and a little bit of cadmium yellow. I've got quite a bit of colour on here now. There's quite a bit, and I'm just going to press upwards, but just mainly on the corner. So I'm just literally just going to press up like this, and this is going to add a bit of colour, and then I'm going to wipe on the brush when it picks up the dark. I'll go back in there again, and literally I'm just going to lift up like so. It creates a lovely grassy effect. Push up the edges a little bit. Where the edges meet the water, I'm just going to lose some of that, and I'm just going to tap like this over the few bits. So I'm just going to wipe that. Okay, I'm going to go and get some liquid white into a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to put a few highlights here. So again, using the corners, you're going to touch and press up. Just a few more. So I want this as if it's coming down the bank, so I'm going to press up here, as if this is sort of coming down the bank there. Like that, grassy effects. So lovely grass effects. Okay. The sun is catching on this. So if a little bit brighter, you just get a bit more white, a little bit yellow, and you can just pop a few more bright ones in here and there on the edge. Okay, so I'm going to keep this reasonably dark. I'm just going to tap a few more bits up here, just so it sort of blends in. Okay. Okay, lovely. So you can see there's land there behind this grassy effects. Alright, so that's my main achievement at the moment, to have this nice water line, but there's land, you can see it's dark and there's grass over the top. Again, you could create the same effect just by loading the 2-inch brush and then just literally just tapping like that, and that would create similar lines and planes if you just run it down like this, as if the bank's running down. So another sip of tea. Okay, I think we'll put another one up there with the round brush. So I'm going to go into my darks, which should be the Van Dyke brown, black, and I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson. A little bit of alizarin crimson to this one as well. So I'm just going to start from here. I'm just going to tap. Got the side there. So I just thought I'd add another bit of colour, and without cleaning the brush, I'm just going to go into some yellow ochre. For a lot of yellow ochre, tap. And I'm literally just going to tap this in it. It will make a beautiful orangey colour, which I'm looking for, just to really change it up. And then with my liner brush, I'm just going to go into the Van Dyke brown. Just here and there, just a few little lines coming up. So like I said, you can add these branches in after. Obviously it's easier to do it first. So it just adds another colour to the picture. Okay. Go crazy and get the streaming. Yep, we're going to get a little bit of stream, a little bit of water coming down. So what we're going to do is go back to our Van Dyke brown, and we get a lot of Van Dyke brown, and basically we're going to pull this all the way down. Coming down here. Like so, and then we're going to have a stream of water is going to come down there. I just pull down a bit more, just around like this. Okay.